Hello and good afternoon. I hope you guys are all having a good uh, engagement week, break week. So this is going to be the video that will help you understand what you need to study for the test this week. Okay, so we just go through some basics, guys. It's the midterm for PW243 midterm. It is in person. You can bring your formulas, no solved examples. Okay, make sure you bring your calculators and go through what some of the main things are. So it's going to be 70 minutes long. It has 5 questions, and you must show your work. So what we're going to study, what we're going to focus on mostly is pressure and static fluids. It's 5 questions and pressure, static fluids. There's going to be nothing about flow. There's going to be nothing about Bernoulli's. That's coming later on. So the first question that I'd like you guys to focus on is the form. And we've solved all of these in class. This is the first question that you're going to want to be focusing on. When you have a rectangular wall, what is the average resultant force, the average pressure, how you determine that, where the center of pressure is, and basically to solve the problem using information given. Like, for example, if you're given the information for the specific gravity of gasoline, you've got the total depth, uh, and you've got the wall, the length of the wall. You should be able to solve this and give me the total resultant force. And you should be able to determine the center of pressure. Right? So that would be the first question. Next question is very similar to, so I'll pull up an old assignment from a former student. Remember this question in your assignment? So it's very similar to this question over here. Question number 1 over here. So you'll basically have to use the information given to determine in kilopascals the pressure above the gasoline in the air. Or sorry, the pressure right just above the gasoline. The air pressure above the gasoline. Okay, all right. I believe that we've solved something like that, or you've solved something like that for your first assignment. Or not first assignment, second assignment. Okay, so that is the second question. Third question that you want to focus on is You've got a storage drum for crude oil. We've got a drum. So let me just show you what you're gonna need to focus on. So you've got a drum, right? And you're given the depth in feet. And you're given the specific gravity of the oil. It's given. Now you need to determine the pressure because of all of that oil that's sitting in this drum at the bottom. You've got all this oil sitting at a depth of a certain number of feet. You're given the specific gravity, and you're going to use the imperial units. I believe we solved a few questions like this already. And the next question that year, fourth question, and to be, so do you guys remember working on these problems here? So these problems here, it'll be like one of these problems. So you have to determine pressure. I believe it's above the air, or it's at the pressure at the bottom, not above the air. In this case, it's going to be pressure at the bottom. And then the last one is, do you guys remember that freaking question that I had where you had a wall of concrete? Let's say this is the wall of concrete. Oh, a wall of concrete that you just set. So you have to determine at the bottom what the pressure is going to be. You know what you'll be given the specific gravity, you'll be given the height, you'll be given additional information as well, which you're going to ignore. And you want to find the pressure at the bottom in kilopascals. We've actually solved a few of these already. So as long as you can solve these questions, you should be good for the test. Or similar answers. You should be good for the test. So I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. And by the way, I have something else for you guys as well before I let you go. Might not be in the test though. So this is for all of you who have doubted me. This is just for you guys. Probably won't be on the test though.
Stranger Things is real, and the real life story that inspired the series is infinitely more bizarre than the show could ever touch in 4 seasons. Strange beasts from other dimensions, mind control, time travel, alien technology, psychics hooked up to machinery to amplify their minds, invisibility, Mars travel, weather manipulation, frequency technology, experimentation on children, and even Nazis. I barely scratched the surface because there's so much more involved in these leaked claims that led the Duffer Brothers to create Stranger Things. This is literally the holy grail of high strangeness beyond what the world has ever potentially seen. So hold on to your hats, because by the end of this episode...
Okay. All right. Now that is definitely not coming in your test, but it's just because I'm still salty about some of you not believing me. Anyways, now if there are questions here that you don't get or you might want some help with, just contact me and we'll go through them for you again before the test, but you got to give me enough time before the test. Otherwise, we've worked on all of these already, and you should do quite well in the test. All right. And just a reminder, you will have to stay behind, or I request that you stay behind so that you can attend a short discussion. We're going to have hopefully a guest speaker via Zoom, and he's going to talk about some of the stuff he's doing at the City of Toronto. He actually basically created his own line of work for the city based on things that we discussed in this class. All right, I will see you on Wednesday.